Shalom, I'm Brother Yishak, and welcome to another Scripture Nugget. Today's Scripture Nugget will be based on a Torah portion, the Torah portion of NASAH, Nasso as some may pronounce it, specifically the portion 104 from Bamidbar, Numbers chapter 6, verse 20 through all the way through chapter 7, verse 1 through 89. NUGGET means to take a census or to lift up. And so let's get into this Torah portion. The word NUGGET again means to lift up. And as you read this particular portion, Torah portion, you will see that continuous thing. And we're going to find out what does it mean to be lift up, and what's the responsibility of you, and what's the responsibility of the priest, and what's the responsibility of Yahuah. It begins by the Aharon, what they call the Barakat that he gives, or the high priest gives upon the children of Israel. Verse 22, it says, "And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aharon and his sons, saying, This is how you barak the children of Israel. Say to them, Yahuah barak you and guard you, or shemar you. Yahuah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuah lift up his face, or NASAH his face upon you, and give you shalom, peace. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself shall barak them." Again, that word lift up in Hebrew has a Hebrew number 5375, which is to lift up. It is the Hebrew word NASAH. NASAH. Again, it means to lift up. So what is he saying here just in this particular portion of NASAH? Look at this. He's saying that even though men, talking about the priest, are doing the speaking, it is Yahuah who will barak the people. And as you study this Torah portion, you will see that all parties are involved. Yahuah, the priest, and the people. They are interrelated, and there's a responsibility that all should have. Yahuah does he will barak the people. The priest should speak over the people, but then there's a response that the people should give. There's an attitude, there's a step that the people should walk in. Now let's look at that. You'll see that in the next chapter as it continues. And what you're going to see is there's four things that the people does. They will offer a meat offering, the minka, we call it the meat offering. Some may call it the grain. Then there's the ascending offering. You'll see that in chapter 7, which is the olah, or burnt offering. Some translation would just say burnt offerings, but it's the olah. Then there's another offering that the people give, which is a sin offering, the kata, which is an offense. It's a penalty. Something missing the mark. You're not accurately keeping the Torah, the commandments of Yah. So that's a sin offering. And then you'll see that the people give a shalem, or a peace offering. Now let's continue. Now, as you read chapter 7, verse 1 through 89, you'll see that each leader of each tribe, or each household of the tribe, you'll see that they gave the offering as a representation of the people. You'll also see what tribe gave first. Yehudah. You'll see that as you study and as you read chapter 7, verse 1 through 89. Then you also see the types, as we discovered, the type and the order of offerings. It's not only just the type of offering that was given, the meat, the ascending, the sin offering, and the shalom or the peace offering. It's the order in which they gave. Now, let's give you an example of that in verses 12 through 17 of Bamidbar, or Numbers chapter 7. And the one who brought his offering on the first day was Nasso, son of Amminadab, from the tribe of Yahuah, first tribe. He gave first. But notice how this offering order is given. And his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil, as a grain offering, or again, another translation would say a meat offering, a menka. Why? Because this here is a voluntary offering. Verse 14, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old. Notice this one. This is an ascending offering. So we have a grain offering. We have a ascending offering. And we'll see what those means as we continue. Then in verse 16, 1 male goat as a sin offering. That's the third one. And the fourth one in verse 17 as a slaughtering of peace offering. 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Nasso, son of Amminadab. He's out of the tribe of Yahuah. Now let's go back and look at these types of offerings again. The first offering was what? A minka. It's a voluntary offering. The second offering was olah, an ascending offering. This is up to Yahuah. We get nothing out of this. This is praise, adoration, worship of Yahuah. The third offering, the set offering, is the kata, or rather the offering of offense, as an offender, as someone that misses the mark of the Torah, the goal of the Torah, not following the principles and the things that's within the commandments, not following that. So therefore we have to offer a sin offering. And then the fourth one was a peace offering, or a shalom, or a offering of thanks, an offer of appreciation, and offer of thanks to Yahuah. So what is being alluded here in these offerings and in these giving of thanks to Yahuah? One, the minka, or the meat offering. I am freely and voluntarily approaching Yahuah when I come to prayer, when I come to worship, to the worship of Him. Secondly, I'm giving the ascending, or the olah offering, which is just strictly praise, strictly my hallelujahs, strictly honor to His name. No attachments. I'm giving the olah. That's how I'm approaching. So when we look at Bamidbar, this particular Torah portion of NAWSAH, we're looking at how we are approaching Yahuah, how we are having our daily life, our daily worship, our daily prayer life. Thirdly, what we're doing is we are recognizing as men we are vulnerable to unknown or involuntarily missing the mark of the Torah, a sin, a kata offering. And the fourth offering is, once we acknowledge our sin and our vulnerability of missing the mark, we want Yahuah to bring us into a restored relationship with Him. A shalom, a peace. So we offer thanks for the restoration or the restored relationship. That's how we ought to walk on a daily basis, in a restored relationship, because every day I'm giving my voluntary meat, my minka offering. Every day I'm giving my ascending offering, my olah. I'm giving my sin, my kata offering. I'm giving my shalom, my peace offering unto Yahuah, so that I can be in right standing continually with him. So let's look at the nugget that we're trying to share this young. When we look at this Torah portion, we should be inspired to take a census. Remember, NAWSAH is to lift up. It means to count. It means to take in account. It means to take a census. But midbar, numbers. Let us take a census, or rather let us evaluate and even reevaluate ourselves, not only daily, but also during the Shabbat and during the Moedim, the feast, so that Yahuah may lift up, or NAWSAH himself, upon us. That's why he gave Moshe the directive to say unto Aharon and the high priest that Yahuah barak you and guard you. Yahuah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuah lift up his face upon you and give you shalom, give you peace. Thus they shall put my name. Who? The high priest shall put Yahuah's name upon who? The children of Israel. And Yahuah himself shall barak them. So when you study this particular nugget, this particular Torah portion, remember, let us reevaluate ourselves. Let us offer up the proper offering in prayer and worship and right living, Zedekah, righteousness unto Yahuah, so that Yahuah will lift up himself upon us. Shalom, shalom. See you next time on the Scripture and Torah portion nugget.